Hey guys, this is Top Force Reacts, and I'm back to react to Death Battle, Korra versus Storm. Yeah, we all know who's winning. It's not even a question, is it? It's kind of like Goku Black versus Reverse Flash in that regard. No, we all know who's gonna win, but hopefully we can at least get an entertaining fight out of it. So yeah, except in this case, where I kind of like both characters in Goku Black vs. Reverse Flash, I really like Storm, but I don't really like Korra that much, at all, really. So, yeah, if you want an explanation, I guess I'll give it. She's an extremely frustrating character, especially in the early days, and she's a Mary Sue. She's a different kind of Mary Sue, I should say. She's a Mary Sue in the same way the Ruby main cast is. The main characters, really. Yeah. They do go through character development, but the character development is extremely shallow. They're extremely powerful, but in these terms, they're not really the most powerful, really. They can lose, as in, they're not Rey. Rey is, the textbook definition of a Mary Sue. Yeah, but in regards to Korra and Ruby, they also make mistakes, but very rarely, if ever, are they ever punished for those mistakes, and that just makes them extremely frustrating individuals to watch. You're just wondering, okay, when are they going to, be punished for this one thing? They never do. Rarely. And anyone who really calls them out on their mistakes is, in the shows at least, are either evil, morons, or both. And again, that makes it extremely frustrating. But yeah, they better not say something along the lines of, this was a close battle, because this really isn't a close battle, at all. Storm can do everything Korra can, but better. And yeah, it's not even funny how one-sided this is. Well, actually, it is kind of funny, because I get to see Korra die, hopefully gruesomely. Okay, yeah, I'll stop ragging on Korra. Let's just jump right in and try to enjoy this episode. So yeah, we'll start the video in 3, 2, 1, play.
This episode of Death Battle is
Brought to you
sponsored by
by
Blue Chew.
Blue Chew
Okay,
is a one-of-a-kind
I didn't say the
service that
correct
delivers
thing, dang
the
it.
same active
So,
ingredients
okay.
as Viagra and Cialis in chewable tablets
Alright.
at a fraction of the cost and straight to your door.
If you could benefit from extra confidence when it's time to perform, Blue Chew can help.
And we've got a special
Yes,
deal for you.
yes,
Try
we
Blue
don't
Chew free when
we
you
don't
use
care
our
about
code
Blue
BELL
Chew.
at
Let's just
checkout.
get on with it,
$25
please.
BlueChew.com, promo code
Yes,
BELL to
yes.
receive your first month
Blah,
free.
blah, blah, blah,
BlueChew.com
blah.
for more details and important safety information. Thanks, Blue Chew, for sponsoring the show.
Okay.
Avatar Korra, the master of all 4 elements.
Storm, the X-Men's goddess of the storms. Weather,
The
yeah,
building blocks
yeah.
of our natural world are nothing if not tempestuous and unpredictable.
which means you gotta be some kind of badass to control them. He's whiz.
I will give the Korra show one thing, the animation was actually really good. Skills to find out who would win a death battle. Alright. Of course they're starting it like this. There was a... Yes, destroyer of cabbages, of course.
He passed away. Humanity would have to move forward and prepare his next reincarnation to take up his mantle. But who could fill Aang's shoes? Her name was Korra.
Whiz, who was that?
Did you leave the door open again?
Deuces, gents.
Unlike her carefree predecessor,
Okay.
the hot-headed, obstinate Korra was an Avatar prodigy from day one.
I'm the Avatar. You
See?
gotta deal with
Mary
it.
Sue. Anyway.
Except his role in the world, Korra never wanted to be anything else.
Not only is she an expert hand-to-hand fighter on her own, as a bender, Korra can manipulate the natural world around her through martial arts. And as the Avatar, she is the only living being who can bend all 4 elements at once.
Water, earth, fire, air. Not you.
Straight from the southern water
Not you.
front,
Get out of here,
huge
Captain Planet.
tentacles of water form massive
You
walls
should have
of
been
ice
fighting
and
Korra,
generate
Captain Planet.
tsunamis.
Honestly.
Once raised the sea level to put out the
I know
ocean
nothing about
ice.
Captain Planet, and I
Looking
think
at
that
the
would be
size of the
pretty
area
good.
and what did it take to submerge it? He had to move over 35 million metric tons of water.
And since Korra is a reincarnation of Aang and every past avatar, she should be just as powerful.
With earthbending, Korra can heave big-ass boulders around, shape and control metal, and even tear apart the ground beneath her enemy's feet. Kinda like when her avatar ancestor Kyoshi broke off a chunk of a continent, dragged it across a bay, and basically just created a new island, named after herself. Queen shit.
By measuring the size of the island to get its mass and the size of the bay to get the distance Kyoshi dragged it, displacing this much rock would require an energy over 21 gigatons of TNT. That's almost 15 times
Yeah.
more energy than the entire world's nuclear
Korra may have the power, but she also doesn't have the experience anymore, thanks to Season 2, aka the worst season. So, even as much as I don't like Book 4, Book 2 is clearly the worst one.
However, her final element was completely different. Due to its inherently zen, free-flowing nature, Korra struggled at first to master airbending.
But like all good prodigies, she figured it out anyways.
With airbending,
By
Korra could
punching.
shoot powerful gusts of wind, fly
Which
around on
makes
tornadoes,
no
and
sense.
create a cute little air scooter.
So,
She used
yeah.
this element to defeat the bloodbender Amon, who was fast enough to dodge lightning.
He's not the only one. Zuko and Iroh have caught and dodged lightning as well, and Iroh even caught one from the sky. The leader of a lightning bolt moves at 60,000 meters per second. Comparing the distance Amon moved relative to the bolt, he must have been moving over 200 times the speed of sound.
But Korra's more than just a badass martial arts superhero. She also acts as the bridge between the mortal and spirit worlds.
The spirit world is a separate plane of reality, and Korra is stronger while she's physically there. Her direct connection isn't coincidence. She and every avatar before her are fused with the spirit of light, Rava. Every time the avatar dies and reincarnates, Rava searches out the spirit to bond with their new body, a staple of Hindu and Buddhist cosmology. I've done a lot of research into reincarnation, which I'll demonstrate today with Boomstick and this anvil.
Wait, what was that?
Now, the Avatar is usually reborn into a different nation, but I've set this up so Boomstick will reincarnate into the nearest vessel, this identical clone body.
Oh no.
I feel funny.
I like how in the background it's the Scooby-Doo movie. Such a great... That's a great movie. I don't care what anyone says, the Scooby-Doo movie was great.
Past lives for advice and tap into the kick-ass Avatar state.
The Avatar state massively boosts Korra's raw bending power, turning her into effectively a demigod and the de facto most powerful being on the planet, if she wasn't already.
Despite that, Korra's no stranger to failure. She was severed from her connection to the past avatars and was almost killed while in the Avatar state, which would have ended her cycle of reincarnation entirely.
That last brush with death left her physically and emotionally crippled for years. Even after physical therapy, her fiery spirit struggled to reunite.
Korra's entire identity was wrapped up in being the Avatar, all the way from day one.
And the biggest trials she had to face were when her place in the world was challenged. Would everyone be better off without an avatar, or bending at all?
But Korra's nothing if not one hell of a fighter. No matter what life threw at her, she
Yeah,
always
there are some good messages in Legend of Korra, but they're executed with, like, the subtlety of a brick. So, yeah.
look at the width and depth of this crater, and assuming it was all vaporized, Korra must have held back a blast worth almost 6 megatons of TNT. More queen shit.
And during harmonic convergence, Korra tapped into enough spirit energy to turn into a giant kaiju and battle the dark avatar Unalaq for the fate of the world.
AKA,
I told you, we don't
the...
talk about season 2.
Yeah, we don't...
Okay, Juan,
Thank you. We don't talk about Season 2. No, we don't even talk about Juan.
Korra proved herself as an avatar.
Juan, aka, you know, the first Juan.
Teammates Mako and Paul, teachers like Tenzin and Toph, and badass girlfriend Asami by her side. There was nothing she couldn't do.
Queen shit?
Queen shit.
Come on, little girl. Give me your best shot.
She's very endearing
You know what happens to a
at
person
first,
struck
and
by
then she
lightning?
just keeps getting more annoying.
Happens to everything else.
So,
You got it.
yep, there we
You
go.
know what happens to white-haired mutants whose parents are killed by a plane crash,
Yeah.
they become badass.
I thought about making a clip about, like, showing, you know what happens to an avatar when he gets struck by lightning, and then just show Aang getting zapped by Azula's lightning. The same thing that happens to everything else. Yeah.
Sahara in search of a real home.
And that's when she began to master
Storm could probably take on, like, every avatar at once, let's be honest.
evolved from earlier hominids like Homo erectus. Go ahead. Homo superior, or mutants, are an offshoot of regular humans. They possess the X gene on their 23rd chromosome that effectively grants them superpowers.
But it's a lottery. You could end up like old Beak here. Ugh.
Or you could end up like Aurora and possess complete control over the weather itself, while being super hot.
Don't be dissing Beak.
For all she knew, she was a
Don't be
god
dissing
of
Beak.
and that's exactly what the local tribe
I remember, like, so many people got upset when they were dissing Beak. I have no idea why. I just decided to go along with it.
The atmosphere, capable of summoning a hurricane with less than a conscious thought.
She does feel like using conscious thoughts, something Wiz tells me I struggle with. Aurora can create storms that cover the entire Earth.
Her weather manipulation isn't just powerful, but precise. She can call upon massive tidal waves, conceal herself in fog, and even generate localized blizzards cold enough to freeze lava.
She can summon bolts of lightning, even ones that are continents away, or generate electricity inside your brain. And
Yeah.
She once zapped Cyclops with enough lightning to restart an artificial sun called the Ring of Fire, a name that reminds me of the morning after Taco Tuesday.
Encircling the planet Polemarchus, the Ring of Fire provided all the same energy as a regular star.
But her favorite
Huh.
element is probably wind.
See?
She can blow people away with tornadoes, suck the air out of a person's lungs, and generate enough lift to fly. She once flew fast enough to reach the edge of Earth's atmosphere from ground level in just a few seconds.
By measuring the angle and size of the Earth to get the distance and estimating a time frame of about 5 seconds, Aurora had to have flown at 4,000 times the speed
Yeah,
of sound.
that's
She
much
can
faster
even
than
manipulate
Korra.
solar winds to fly through space. Unlike winds on Earth, which are just the movement of air molecules through the atmosphere, solar winds are streams of charged particles, mostly electrons and protons, ejected from the sun.
Almost as crazy as how she can breathe in the vacuum of space. She creates a mini atmosphere around herself by gathering, stray hydrogen atoms. Those are like really small last time I checked. Are these writers just giving her whatever powers they want now? How is that weather?
Aurora's abilities apply to any atmospheric conditions, whether they be in outer space or alternate dimensions.
Yeah.
Essentially, anything even remotely considered weather.
Man, I wish I had crazy writers giving me random superpowers just because it's funny. That'd be awesome. Well, anyways, I'm gonna go use my rocket hands I've always had to get my beer out the fridge. Away!
Perhaps her most useful ability, though, is to sense changes in the weather with a pseudo-sixth sense. Aurora literally sees atmospheric patterns and energy as colors, with the world as her canvas.
She's so good with
Neat.
it, she could track a jet flying over New York while she was fighting the Shadow King in Wakanda. That's on the other side of the planet. Yeah, no wonder everyone thought she was a goddess. She is.
Aurora enjoyed all
Yeah.
the worship and admiration until the day she was contacted by an American, Charles Xavier, with an interesting
Oh yeah,
proposal.
she eventually married Black Panther, fun fact.
Join the X-Men.
So, yeah.
Oh, pretty please. They were eaten by this living island. It's a long story, but we're short-staffed.
Xavier founded the X-Men as a team of mutant superheroes that would attempt to mend race relations between Homo sapien and Superior through non-violent means.
Because what better way to teach kids in the 60s about the civil rights movement than
Yeah.
with a bunch of good-looking, lily-white teenagers with superpowers from upstate New York?
Feeling she had spent enough time
Fair
wrestling
enough.
the aliens down in Africa, Aurora agreed and was assigned the codename Storm.
And she more than earned the spot. She's proven herself worthy to wield Mjolnir, led a war against the Inhumans, and even survived a blast from her own lightning.
This is impressive considering her lightning is powerful enough to match Polaris, who once used her powers to punch through Earth's crust all the way to the planet's core.
Yikes.
When she pulverized the cylinder of Earth all the way down, she had to have exerted over 15 teratons of TNT.
That's a lot more than Korra.
Unarmed combat, and Callisto has apparently mastered every single martial art known to man.
Despite her unbelievable power, Storm has trained extensively in hand-to-hand combat. Get it? It also probably didn't hurt that she's fast.
That's
enough to
Boomstick's
dodge
thing,
literal
calm
beams
down.
of light. Oh, but did you get it though?
Nope. And after kicking Callisto's ass, she became the queen of these sewer-dwelling mutants called the Morlocks. She really just couldn't escape being worshipped, could she? Even
Nope.
by grody underground monster people.
Well, she later married the Black Panther T'Challa.
There
and
we go.
became Queen of Wakanda too, so she really runs the gamut.
But even
Yeah.
demigods have their Achilles heels. That plane crash from her childhood left her crushed under rubble for days, giving her a bad case of claustrophobia that rears its ugly head every once in a while.
But
Yeah.
that's not enough to stop this queen. After the departure of Scott Summers, Storm became the leader of the X-Men, because of course she did.
Of
When
course she
Jordan
did,
the
yeah.
Forge eventually came crawling back. The two fought over who would lead the team.
Despite Scott literally being able to shoot death lasers from his eyes, Storm kicked his ass. And even better, she didn't even have her powers at the time.
As it should be, because there's no one more devoted to her team than Storm is. She may be an Omega-level mutant, but her greatest superpower is her bottomless compassion.
Mess with her team, and you'll watch as
Cheesy.
Aurora's heart of gold quickly turns to ice, as she quite literally steals your breath away.
Testing me, It's time you remembered why they call me Storm.
There we go. Yeah, it's
All right,
very
that's
clear
our
who wins
second
this
set of
one.
data through all possibilities.
But first,
All
if
right.
you're dealing with the emotional
Yeah,
weight of
just
leading the X-Men or maintaining
get on with the ads so we can
Get
discuss
on board
this.
Because it's 2021 and everything's on fire. Check out BetterHelp.
This
Okay,
episode of Death
so,
Battle is sponsored by
Yeah, Storm could just do anything Korra can, but better.
What's wrong with you?
It's more
basically,
like
at least.
routine maintenance for your mental and emotional wellness to prevent
Ugh,
bigger issues
it's-
down the road.
Kinda like going to the
It
doctor
is
and
funny
having a
how
checkup.
just one-sided this is. So I can't wait to see how the fight goes down. So
you don't have to see anyone on camera if you don't
let's
want
be
to.
honest. Like, yeah, Storm's gonna be moving around this fight, but Storm could win this fight without even moving.
By
So
investing everything else in
yeah.
one month. This show is sponsored by BetterHelp, and Death Battle viewers
All
get
right,
10%
come on,
off their
let's-
first month at BetterHelp.com/deathbattle.
Let's just hope the
That's
battle is actually entertaining. So
BetterHelp.com/deathbattle.
But right
now
now,
it's time for a death battle. All right, let's do this.
I'm so bored.
Dang it, Korra, this is how the last series started.
Your powers are impressive, but you lack discipline.
I'm the Avatar, master of all elements. You want to see for yourself?
Of course, Avatar. I'll show you what an X-Men can do.
Oh, this is at least really neat. Good animation, I gotta say.
Water, lightning, and airbending? Starting to feel a little less special here.
Good. Okay, we're taking things to the spirit world, apparently. Oh yeah, this place. Oh wow, those are all past losers of Death Battle. Wow, okay.
Gotta get out. Scott, Jean, Logan, I won't let you down.
There we go. No! The cabbages! Ah, poor guy.
You're no bender.
Here we go. Storm's full power versus the Avatar state. Gee, I wonder who wins. So, yeah. Wow, Korra, you're getting a lot more hits than I thought you would. Can't wait to see how long this lasts. So, yeah.
I know what you are, Spirit of Storms.
Exactly.
Here we go. Oh, here we go. Nice. Blew her brains out. Good.
You fought nobly, Avatar.
Stop giving respect to Korra. She doesn't deserve any of it.
Queen shit myself. This fight wasn't totally straightforward. Korra can dominate.
Yes,
those
it was.
fighters pretty
Stop
easily
it.
with her raw bending power and martial arts skills, especially with the Avatar state. Not even some of the best benders on the planet like Zahir and Kuvira could stand up to her at her best.
However, despite Korra's awesome Avatar powers, she found herself outmatched by Storm's skill, precision, and overwhelming force. For instance, Storm's massively hypersonic flight and ability to sense and control weather across the planet meant she could always fight safely from a distance.
Korra's trained in martial arts from birth, but even if she did manage to get in close and fight hand to hand, Storm's experience with the X-Men and defeating Callisto meant she could keep up.
While Korra may have fought people who can dodge lightning, Storm can dodge literal beams of light.
Yeah.
Using her flight speed exiting the atmosphere, she'd still be nearly 20 times faster than Korra.
Korra did have access to elements like fire and earth that Storm didn't. If she somehow found out about Storm's claustrophobia, she could theoretically trap her in some rocks to exploit it.
But Storm would be more than powerful enough to just break out.
Yeah.
Her lightning was strong enough to match Polaris, who punched a hole in the earth all the way down to its core.
Yeah, ultimately, Storm was just way more powerful. Remember that planet-sized storm she created? Well, I know clouds are lighter than air, but those are a shit ton of clouds and need a lot of work to move around.
By measuring their volume and the speed at which they moved, the energy storm
Yikes.
over 500 exatons.
Yikes.
About 250 times more powerful than what Korra could output.
And considering this is the same woman who was powerful enough to reignite an artificial star, results like that aren't outliers.
Even
Yeah.
taking the fight to the spirit world wouldn't have helped, considering Storm has manipulated alien weather from outer space and alternate dimensions.
Yeah.
She had no problem adapting there. And considering Storm's powers are genetic in nature, not spiritual, Korra would not be able to depower her with energy bending.
And not
There we
even
go.
counting the ways Storm could have ended the fight right off the bat, like sucking the air right out of Korra's lungs.
Yep.
or
She's
generating
not
a
immune to,
lightning storm in
you
her
know,
brain.
yeah.
Korra was a tenacious,
Yeah.
unbelievable opponent. But Storm's massive
Korra
range,
didn't stand a
control,
chance.
deadly skill, and unbelievable power won her this fight.
Don't get bent out of shape. Korra just couldn't weather the storm.
The winner is
Okay.
Storm.
Whatever. Guys, at least own up
Thanks
to
for
when
watching
it's a
the episode.
stomp.
If you want even more action, you should check out the new season of Genlock on
Okay,
HBO
whatever.
Max.
What's
Michael
next?
B. Jordan
Please
and
be
Jordan
Madara
Peele
versus
is a
Aizen. Please.
fast-paced animated series inspired by mecha anime.
Yep. There it is. Madara versus Josh Groban, I should say. I didn't mean to say the other name. It's Madara versus Josh Groban. In fact, that's what I'm gonna name the video. That is what I'm going to name the episode. Okay, no, I'm not gonna, like, yeah, that would kind of stop like, you know, review searching, whatever. That stop the YouTube search engine, whatever. I'm probably gonna put it in. I'm still gonna put it in like the I'm still gonna put it in like the preview image when I do that. But yeah, predictable outcome. So yeah, Madara versus Aizen. Like, yeah, that's a battle though. I have no idea how it's going to go. Simply because like trying to find consistency between those two characters is like trying to find a hay straw in a needle stack. So yeah, you're not gonna have a fun time trying to do it. It's, yeah. If I have to like, go with a character, I'm probably gonna go with Josh Groban. Simply because I prefer him as a character and kind of want Bleach to have a win since Ichigo didn't win his. And, yeah, not to say Madara is a bad character or anything, it's just that I prefer Josh Groban. It's kind of hard to, considering Bleach was, like, the shonen, is still my favorite of the shonen big three, though One Piece is quickly catching up to it. I've just got, like, if you couldn't tell by the last video I uploaded, which was, like, which I use like the English dub version of like the first OP to like sync up with episode 1000 of One Piece, and you know the opening of that one, and yeah, I just got done with Ennie's Lobby, so yeah, I don't know what's gonna be happening next, but it's been really good so far. I love it, but yeah, anyway, so Madara versus Josh Groban, so yeah, it's gonna be quite the battle, and let's face it, if part of the battle isn't just the two of them from an outsider's perspective, just staring at each other from a distance, just caught in each other's illusions, like giggling to themselves, I'm going to be extremely disappointed if that's not in it. Bonus points if Hercule Satan just comes along and pickpockets both of them. So, yeah, but yeah, let's face it, most of the battle is going to be, I've caught you in my illusion, no, I've caught you in my illusion. Yeah, like, if we're going with who's smarter, Aizen's definitely smarter, though he has been shown to, like, kind of lose it in situations where he seems to be getting, you know, overpowered by his opponent, like Ichigo, for instance. But yeah, they're definitely going to include, like, 1000-Year Blood War arc stuff, aka stuff I'm not nearly as familiar with. I read through the stuff once, but that's just about it. I've been waiting for the anime to come out so I can finally, you know, watch it for real this time and actually, you know, retain it. So, yeah, anyway, I've been prattling on for so long. Yeah, great episode, can't wait for the next one. And all the salt that's gonna be coming from it. So, yeah, I got nothing else to say, so I'm just gonna end the video here. So, yeah, till next time, guys. See ya.